Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Seeking Brother Husband Season 1 Episode 2. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Also, for extra support, as you guys already know, you can follow me on my other platforms, that is Instagram, TikTok, and my second YouTube channel, or you can join the Discord, and all of those links will be in the description box below. Let's get into the episode itself. So we're introduced to 3 new people. They are Shara, who is 43, Patrick, who is 47, and Noble, who is 39. So Shara and Patrick have been married for 14 years in total. However, 10 years ago, Shara got into a very serious accident that led to their relationship being a sexless marriage. So 2 years from me talking right now, or 2 years from them filming, I guess, 2 years ago, they brought Noble, she brought Noble into the mix, and he now is her primary sexual partner.
And I think that's when I start seeing a decline in our sex life. I didn't feel attractive anymore. I didn't feel like I was desirable.
It was just real fast, real heavy, and then next thing I know, I was moving into her and Patrick's house.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna need a little bit more information on this whole accident, because it's looking to me like through sickness and through health wasn't a vow that they took seriously, mainly Patrick, because she obviously still has a desire for sex. And she says that the reason why she didn't leave Noble was because she still loves him, They still have that union, that bond together. However, sex is just off the table. She did say that during that time she didn't feel very beautiful. She didn't feel, like wanting to have some sexy time, but eventually it came back. So I'm looking at Patrick like, oh, what's the deal here? What's the deal? Was she unattractive to you while she was going through some health issues? Are you DL? Like, I don't know. Are you asexual? Maybe he's asexual. There's just a lot of missing pieces in the story that I need personally. So anyways, Noble was brought into the relationship during the pandemic, and Patrick actually thinks that it is an asset for Shara to have multiple sexual partners so that he doesn't have to engage with her. He hasn't been engaging at all, but now there isn't that burden of like, oh man, this is a sexless marriage. She is married and having sex, just not with Patrick. So anyways, because I don't know, Patrick looks like he just wants a best friend. But homegirl really wants like the full marriage. And I don't even want to say it that way as if like sexless marriages can't work. They absolutely can for those people where that's okay with them. It wouldn't be okay with me, child. But it works for people, right? It's just, I don't know. Something about Patrick doesn't sit right with me. Anyways, let's talk about Noble. So Noble was living with them, especially during the pandemic. They were like, okay, it's a shelter in place. We're already being intimate. You might as well move into the house. Patrick was not comfortable with hearing them be intimate with each other, right? So he shared his concerns with Shara, but Shara didn't relay those concerns to Noble. So there was some tension in the house, and then also Noble wasn't carrying his weight as a partner. So he was just here laying down the D, but not doing any other work.
I see you in my life long term, and I would like for us to have a healthier, functioning relationship.
We really came to the conclusion that you were just more of a fling type of guy, not a ring type of guy.
If I were to move back in, we can pull our resources together and help each other. How I can like help emotionally support Shara, help do things around the house in a better way.
He has not shown the level of commitment that I would expect from a partner.
He now wants to move in, but he's already proven that he's not partner material. And Shara even says that. I wasn't looking for someone to just have sex with. I'm looking for another life partner. We are doing life together. That doesn't just mean we're having sex and Patrick does all of the housework. You need to do housework too. You also need to show up emotionally. This isn't just a run-through situation, So yeah, it's interesting that Noble wants to now be a full-time partner. I wonder why that changed for him. Shara still believes that he wants to live as a single man. And it's giving that impression for sure. I don't think that he is serious. And it looks like in the future episodes, Shara is now ready to have a child. Patrick immediately was like, I'm out of the running. He don't even want to be a father? I don't know, guys. Something about Patrick. But anyways, Noble wants to be the dad, but Shara is like, I think I should bring in somebody else. Why is Noble in the picture? You don't see Noble as partner material. Noble doesn't carry his weight around the house. And now that you want to procreate, you don't want to procreate with either of them? Get Noble out of here. I feel like he's just wasting space. Let's move on to Kim, Dustin, and Vincent. Vincent is finding it hard to be around Kim because, of course, she wants to bring in somebody else and he's feeling very uncertain about where he stands. But he is very close with Dustin. He sees him as basically a brother. So he's connecting with Dustin just to get a better perspective on what is going on right now.
Kim feels that Vincent is more monogamous than he really wants to admit right now. I don't know what's going to happen between the two of them.
It was really, really hard, really uncomfortable. But I felt safe and supported because I trusted you and I trusted her.
My jealousy was rooted in how I look at my importance, my relevance in a relationship. And that's kind of hard when I see her with other people.
I called it. This isn't a jealousy of like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to get used to you giving another man more attention. This man doesn't see this relationship as polyandry. He sees this relationship as me and Kim just happens to have a husband. It's interesting how they have this notion, both Kim and Dustin, that Vincent might be more monogamous than what he initially presented himself to be. And I'm like, why don't we just ask Vincent? Let's just ask Vincent, hey, do you think that we are in a relationship, or do you see this whole situation as a polyandrous relationship? And I'm pretty sure it's going to be exposed. Ooh, don't catch my ashy elbow. I'm pretty sure it's going to be exposed that Vincent fell in love with Kim and didn't really understand the magnitude of Kim being somebody who wants to practice polyandry, meaning you're not going to be the only one. And I don't know why he doesn't have a problem with Dustin, because she gives Dustin attention too. It would be the same thing. Like, Dustin is in the picture. He has the marriage title. That could probably ease Vincent's mind if he was married to her, or if he had a stronger title than just a boyfriend, because he doesn't seem threatened by Dustin, and Dustin isn't threatened by Vincent. So maybe if Vincent had that title, that security that even Tiger is looking for in his relationship, he'd be more open to her bringing in more people. But at the core, I feel like he's a lot more monogamous than he wants to admit. Let's talk about Elisa and Mike. So Elisa has now found somebody on a dating app that she wants to go on a date with, and she's telling Mike about it, and he's putting on a brave face. But y'all, I felt like this woman was basically saying, yeah, this man is everything you're not. God forbid.
You know, he's like, seems like he's the opposite of you. I'm not looking for a physical type, but I'm looking for like a personality type.
Like what?
He's an artist, he's a painter. He seems spontaneous and free, and Mike is not like that.
I feel like I get inspired by women. My work is inspired via sex.
Yeah,
I feel like sex is part of dating.
totally.
So one of you guys in the comments has a theory that the reason why Mike is sticking around against his better judgment is because potentially he may have cheated on Elisa and feels like if I just go along with her desires, that'll appease her and then she won't leave me. I can hear that. I definitely can hear that. But they've already exposed that she was the one who cheated even before they were married. So it's more plausible for me to think that she would have cheated another time. And Mike is just so whipped that he will do whatever it takes not to lose Elisa. It don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. Not the whole polyandry of it all, but Mike going along with it because it's very evident he does not want this. It is very evident, but let's move on. When we're talking about Isaac, this girl thinks, Isaac is potentially somebody who I can have like friends with benefits with. We're going to get into that a little bit later. And I'm like, he's just looking for a freaky time. She can acknowledge that, but for some reason it's not like deterring her from pursuing him. Like she's aware that she wants partnership and Isaac isn't providing that. But now she's moving the goalposts and saying that, oh, I'm okay with that. But that wasn't the agreement. Mike is already fighting for his life as it is. Okay, you better stick to the plan. So let's talk about this whole friends with benefits thing. This is where Alyssa confirmed to me she is delusional. As she's recalling how the date went, she's like, oh yeah, maybe Isaac was nervous and, was overwhelmed with this whole polyandry thing. No, girl, he was not. He just wants to get freaky.
No, I think maybe he was just like nervous or something, because we laughed a lot. We joked about things a lot.
I don't really feel like angry or jealous or anything like that right now. This is just part of the process of what we chose to do.
He was like, oh, okay, like you want to have sex with people. And it was like,
Yeah.
no.
That's what most people say.
I mean, yes.
It's kind of more just like a friends with benefits thing.
Yeah,
then,
which is fine.
I'm not 100% sure how I'd feel about that.
It is clear that Isaac wanted nothing more than just sex. And now Alyssa's open to that idea. And Mike is like, no. We agreed to partnership. And even that I'm struggling to deal with, but that's what we agreed on. Now you're talking about friends with benefits. I don't want that. Personally, I would have to agree, because friends with benefits there really isn't a cap on how many partners you would be sexually involved with, which puts you at a greater risk and your husband at a greater risk for STIs and STDs. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Mike, I'm with you. I would not have it. So Alyssa, she's the most unhinged one out of everybody in this cast so far, I would say, just because I think that there's a disconnect between her and Mike, and they obviously don't want to address it, and it's going to cause issues as soon as she really finds somebody that she wants to pursue. Mike is not going to have it. It's going to be a dumpster fire, and I'm going to be here watching it. Lastly, let's talk about Kenya, Carl, and Tiger. So Kenya is still talking about wanting to have a bigger space so she can pursue somebody. So the three of them are going house hunting, despite Tiger's disinterest in being moved out of his room, because he's very attached to Kenya and he doesn't like the fact that she'll be bringing somebody new.
I'm still not really comfortable with the speed that we're moving with this. I mean, 3 months, that's really kind of soon, isn't it? We are in the middle of, wanting to go through a wedding.
Why are we talking about a wedding again? We're house shopping right now. Who's coming to our damn wedding?
So let's talk about this throuple here. Fraud, as you guys exposed in the comments. Thank you, Sean, for the screenshot that you sent me, and then also somebody else who was talking about seeing Carl and Kenya on a different program. This couple is not polyandrous. They are polyamorous. And to break it down again for the people, polyandry, okay, hold on, because I'm learning this, okay, this is fresh. Polyandry is a woman having multiple intimate partners. Polyamory, okay, I'm not sure if it includes marriage or not, but guys, please, I'm new to this. I'm learning. That's polyandry. Polyamory is people having multiple partners. So it's not necessarily gender-based. And then polygamy is the man having multiple intimate partners. Why Carl got a second wife? Carl got a second wife. I mean, technically the show isn't saying that it's not about technically the show isn't saying it's not about polyamory, it's about polyandry. But the whole seeking brother husband thing is centered on the women looking for other partners. So why Carl got another woman? And also this explains why Carl was not bothered by Tiger at all. Carl is not bothered because he got his own main squeeze over there. His dark-skinned queen, honey. Oh. So back to the show. Kenya thinks that moving out within the next 3 months is reasonable. Carl would agree. Tiger does not. Tiger wants to focus on the wedding preparations. I don't know what he's preparing for, because Kenya already said she doesn't want to do it. But anyways, he's already preparing for that. And so Kenya is like, no, I don't care. I want to move. And it's kind of frustrating because Tiger isn't even saying no to her bringing in new people. He's just saying, can we be solid before you do that? And she's so one-track minded that she's not seeing Tiger and his concerns. And his concerns are valid if you ask me. In any relationship, you'd want to make sure that you're on good standing before you do anything that could potentially put your relationship in jeopardy. Bringing other people is not something that I would do, but if we were going to do it, I need to make sure that my place is immovable. I am a permanent, part of this situation. So yeah, Kenya's coming off very selfish. Tiger has a day out with Carl to kind of gain more insight on the situation regarding Kenya not wanting the union. And then also he's trying to navigate getting his mom to be on board because, as we know, his mom is not with the program.
She's stuck on the idea of my parents being there. Like that almost feels like it's a deal breaker.
Kenya wants to connect with not just her partner or her husband, but their entire family. I would like to see her have a bit more understanding for you in the situation and still be committed to doing the commitment ceremony either way.
Come on, commitment ceremony. Shout out maths. Yeah, I don't think Tiger is being unreasonable. I think it's absolutely reasonable to say, I would like for us to be committed. I would like for us to have a title that is lifelong, ideally, but we know marriages are not lifelong, before we explore you exploring somebody else. Like, I don't think it's unreasonable. So for Kenya to just be headstrong about the situation and it being her way or the highway is selfish. It's not nice. I do feel for Tiger in this situation. I understand what she's saying in that a wedding is to bring people together. And if your mom is not with it, your family's not with it, Carl's family's not with it, it's just going to be us all looking at each other like three bobbleheads. Like, what'll be the point? But at the end of the day, you don't get married for other people. You get married for the people who are getting married. I was going to say the two people, but you get married for the people who are getting married. So even if you don't have the support of other people, if you feel like your union is worth pursuing the marriage, you do it, right? So yeah, I don't know. I wonder why she doesn't want to do it. And she's been with Tiger for 10 years. Like, it's basically a marriage at that point. If Carl wasn't in the situation, y'all would be common law. So I don't know. Kenya's giving very much selfish, and I feel for Tiger. I do. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. New episode comes out on Sunday on TLC for the people who were asking. So I'll probably post a video on Monday or Tuesday. Stay tuned for that. Just subscribe and you'll know when I post. So like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.